Lawyers for Joaquin Guzman, the Mexican crime lord known as El Chapo, on Tuesday said his drug smuggling conviction should be set aside and a new trial ordered, because juror misconduct deprived him of his constitutional right to a fair trial. In a filing with the federal court in Brooklyn, New York, the lawyers said a new trial was needed after an article in Vice News says several jurors ignored the trial judge has banned against following media coverage of the case during the 11-week trial. We look forward to vindicating his rights in a new trial, Eduardo Valareso, a lawyer for Guzman, said in a statement. Guzman, 61, was convicted on February 12 on all 10 counts Cefa said, after jurors heard evidence from more than 50 prosecution witnesses, offering an unprecedented look at the inner workings of the Sinaloa cartel. Prosecutors said Guzman trafficked tons of cocaine, heroin, marijuana and methamphetamine into the United States over 2 decades, amassing power in Mexico to murders and work with rival cartels. He faces life in prison at a Schedule 25 sentencing. John Marzulli, a spokesman for U.S. Attorney Richard Donoghue, whose office prosecuted Guzman, declined to comment. The February 20 Vice News article was based on an interview with an unnamed juror, and said at least 5 fellow jurors violated Judge Brian Cogan's order not to follow Guzman's case in the media or on Twitter. Guzman's lawyers said this exposed jurors to a flood of prejudicial information not admitted at trial. They said this included a New York Times article based on public court findings that said Guzman drugged and raped girls as young as 13 years old, and published just 2 days before deliberations began. Guzman previously denied those accusations. The Vice article also said jurors knew from Twitter that Cogan would ask if they had seen the Times article, and several it when asked. We all denied it, obviously, the unnamed juror said, according to Vice. If a justice system measures how it treats the most revealed and unpopular, the news may have filed Joaquin Guzman by denying in the fair trial before an untainted jury to which is constitutionally entitled, Guzman's lawyer said. The lawyer won't hearing to examine whether there was juror misconduct. This could require that jurors, who had been transported to and from court during the trial under tight security, be questioned themselves. El cartel de Sinaloa se está vengando de los familiares de Damaso por el intento de asesinato hace 2 años contra los hijos de El Mayo y El Chapo. El hermano de Damaso López Núñez fue asesinado. Damaso fue mano derecha de Joaquín El Chapo Guzmán, y luego optó por ponerse en su contra, tras ser detenido, y testificar contra él en su juicio en Nueva York.